Hey folks, David Thomas Tao with VinePair.com, and today I am reviewing Sazerac 18, a 90 proof 18-year-old Kentucky Straight Rye whiskey. I actually already reviewed this. You can get my full tasting notes, aromas, all that nerd stuff where I really break things down at the link in the description below. Would highly recommend reading it. If you want to read, I'm going to cover some basics here, but really the magic is in the written description. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to VinePair on YouTube, which you're watching right now. Let's talk about availability. This is an 18-year-old rye whiskey. I remember the days when you could buy 18-year-old rye whiskey pretty easily, American rye whiskey. It's not so easy these days. The suggested retail on this bottle is $125. Buffalo Trace actually increased the suggested retail on the antique collection. I think it was this year, maybe it was 2 years ago, whatever, from $100 to $125. They don't really dictate what these prices end up being on retail shelves. Sazerac 18 is a rarity because you don't see a lot of rye this old, a lot of American rye this old these days. So this is often one of the more expensive bottles in the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection as far as what the retail ends up being or what it goes for at auction or the secondary market. I have seen this bottle for as high as $2,000. I'm not saying that you should go out and pay that. You make your own purchasing decisions. I'm just going to give you some tasting notes on what I thought about this whiskey. Full disclosure and spoiler alert, I actually like this more than I normally do. Thought it was pretty good. Is it worth $1,800? $2,000? I don't know. You got responsibilities. You're probably an adult if you're watching this. I hope you are, because you should be 21 years old. So make your own decisions. But just, don't expect this to be widely available on every shelf. Smells like a nicely aged rye. Maybe actually a little more herbal than when I was doing the written review, but black pepper, like fresh cracked black peppercorn, orange peel, lemon zest, ooh, and plum. That like citrus transitions nicely into plum. I really like it. It's only 90 proof, but the nose is strong. The nose is strong. This is like what I hope 90 proof whiskeys smell like. This is pronounced. I spent a lot of time with this, and woody, wood polish, polished wood, cedar a little bit. Yeah, I'm really liking this at the proof point. Normally, I always hope it's a little higher on the proof, but the nose is like a good sweet spot this year. I don't think everyone's going to agree with this. In fact, I know a lot of people don't agree with this, but to me, this tastes like macadamia blossom honey. So if you go to Hawaii, they have this very expensive, very rare, very good honey where the bees get pollen from macadamia nut blossoms and they make honey out of that. And it's fatty and it's sweet. Ooh, the spice comes in after that. After that, like macadamia honey. Floral, a little bit of rose on this. Honestly, it could be a little punchier. Like I always say that, it's a 90 proof spirit, it's a 90 proof rye. Like I hate to say it, but like at 95 proof, this might be even better. I just want like a little bit more. It's delicious. I just want a little bit more on the palate, and then the finish is a nice dissipation. You get a lot of different elements of the rye. I always hate to wonder, and I like this year's Sazerac 18 quite a bit. I always wonder what it would be like just a little higher proof, just once Buffalo Trace. Just send me a sample. Send me a sample of this at 100 proof. Please, I'm begging you. I gave this 18-year-old rye whiskey 94 points. I actually tied it on points with Thomas H. Handy, but gave the edge as far as my favorites of the lineup this year in my rankings. I gave the edge to Sazerac 18. I thought it was really well balanced. It's only 90 proof. I almost want a little bit more, but that lovely macadamia honey note really transitions well into the rye spice. A lovely rye that shows age. It shows plenty of age in a delicate way, in a way that really shows a broad range of flavors. It has fun. It has fun with the rye spice. This is not my favorite of this year's Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, but I ranked it higher than I normally would. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed this year's Saz 18. Let me know what you think. If you've got the chance to try any of these, sound off in the comments below. You can also just criticize my physical appearance, how I carry myself. That's totally fine. It helps our engagement. So sound off. Look forward to hearing from you. Whether you're a hater, a lover, or something in between, I'm David Thomas Tao. Thanks for tuning in.